All right, everybody, welcome back to On the Radar with Rain, where we break down the stories making noise across culture, headlines, and the internet. Tonight, I've got three interesting topics for y'all. Trump says, have fun as UFO files are finally released. A shocking runway tragedy involving a Frontier Airlines flight in Denver. And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are now being sued over a Netflix film police say damaged their reputations. So we're not just reading headlines tonight. We're asking the deeper questions behind them. So hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the chat. I talk back. If you're catching this on the rewatch, make sure you drop your comments in the chat. Under the video. So for the first story, so this, I can't believe it myself. I can't.
What?
It's got the internet asking one question: are we alone? Because President Trump is making headlines after telling the American public to essentially have fun, as newly declassified UFO, or what the government now calls UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Anomalous, like anomalies. Yeah. Files began rolling out. Officials say the first wave of documents include military sightings, pilot encounters, historical reports, and footage that has fueled speculation for decades. So this isn't the first time Americans have been told that something unexplained has happened in the sky, but this time the difference appears to be transparency. According to reports, this release follows a directive from the Trump administration to make long classified UFO records public, and more documents are expected. So you can go ahead and play the video. So
release of UFO documents tonight. President Trump telling the public to have fun deciding for itself what's going on. Among the sightings, an object over Kazakhstan doing corkscrews, something else over the Aegean Sea making 90-degree turns, and NASA's Buzz Aldrin in an Apollo 11 debrief reporting a sizable mystery object close to the moon. Here's CBS correspondent Carter Evans.
These images have been hidden from the public for years, until today when the Pentagon declassified dozens of videos showing unidentified objects tracked by the U.S. military. This one from 2013 looks like a giant 8-pointed star, seemingly floating in the air with no explanation.
Do you see any smoking gun there?
I don't see a smoking gun.
Stanford professor Gary Nolan has previously helped the U.S. government analyze UFO evidence.
How should people look at this information?
I think with first a skeptical eye, what could explain it? I mean, it's not a balloon. It's not a seagull. Maybe it's a lens flare. Then what's left on the table, as spectacular as it might be, becomes a higher probability.
There's even newly released evidence of sightings from space during NASA's Apollo missions, and audio transmissions from Gemini 7 in 1965 with a description from astronaut Jim Lovell.
The brilliant body of the sun, just a black background, and billions of particles around it.
The cache of more than 160 files follows President Trump's earlier directive for transparency, after decades of apparent sightings have fueled a wide range of conspiracy theories, from government cover-ups to aliens.
Do you believe alien life exists and has visited our planet?
I believe that the evidence suggests that there's something more to be looked at and shouldn't be ignored.
In this era of transparency, as the Trump administration says, do you think we are going to see more conclusive evidence?
Whether it's more conclusive, I don't know, but we're going to see more evidence. We have not seen everything that is there.
what y'all think? Do you think that this is like validation, or do you think that people believe the government has known way more than they've always admitted for decades?
I think it's one of those things. I think it's all about your own intelligence level. When you think about UFO, right, it's an unidentified flying object, right? Those existed all our lives. Something you can identify that's in the air is an unidentified flying object. I don't think it's nothing new now. We're just letting people give us examples that they have seen, but I don't think it's nothing new. Like, I think it's always been existing. Just like we go to space, for what reason? I'm sure it's other people living there. I'm sure these unidentified objects you might see might be the way people travel. Like, we don't like we got to think about, there's vehicles out here on Earth. We don't know how somebody would travel on Mars or Saturn, or like we don't know what a vehicle would look like, right? So, like, if you want to think that far ahead, you know what I mean? I don't think it's nothing new under the sun. I think that the one thing that President Trump is doing. He's showing everybody everything because we are such a divided country anyway. People are going to take what they want from it, and it don't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter what you show the world anymore. Like, the world is not, we're going to talk about it tonight. Like, there's no truth. Like, facts don't matter no more to people.
Nah.
Like, people creating their own truths. So, like, I mean, but a great cover. Yeah.
What about you, Plug? You believe in?
Nah,
in
we hit it. I feel the same way. Like, we'll know what's true or what's false.
Yeah.
We'll know what's true or what's false.
Yeah. So now from a mystery in the sky to a heartbreaking tragedy on the ground. The next story is tragic, disturbing, and raising major questions about airport security. New video is circulating after a Frontier Airlines flight departing Denver International Airport reportedly struck and killed a person who had somehow entered an active runway during takeoff. Authorities say the individual had bypassed airport security and accessed the tarmac before the collision occurred. According to reports, a Frontier Airbus A321 carrying more than 220 passengers was accelerating for takeoff when pilots reportedly realized something had happened. Soon after, smoke and flames were reported from one of the engines, forcing an emergency stop and evacuations. Passengers exited using the emergency slides as first responders rushed the scene. And thankfully, everybody on board survived, but investigators are now trying to answer a major question. How did someone make it onto an active runway at one of America's busiest airports?
This dramatic video appearing to capture the moment a Frontier Airlines flight hit a trespasser on the runway as it was about to take off for Los Angeles.
I heard like a loud boom. People started screaming.
The collision happening last night just after 11 p.m. Frontier Flight 4345 was on the runway at Denver International in the process of taking off when, according to the airport, a pedestrian jumped the perimeter fence and was hit just 2 minutes later while crossing the runway.
We just hit somebody. We haven't identified.
According to the airline, smoke was reported in the cabin and the pilots aborted takeoff.
There does appear to be human remains on the runway.
Pilots deploying emergency slides to evacuate the plane.
Stay locked up.
Videos from on board showing the chaotic aftermath, passengers sliding down.
People were just crying and grabbing on their loved ones and hugging their loved ones.
The Airbus A321 was carrying 224 passengers and 7 crew members. 12 people reporting minor injuries and 5 people were transported to local hospitals.
It's unclear how this person made it through, but this is what the perimeter looks like. A fence with barbed wire and still more than half a mile away from the nearest runway.
To have them walk out onto a runway, it's exceedingly rare. It happens in some countries more frequently, but not here in the U.S.
Back in 2020, a man managed to walk on the wing of a passenger jet. And in 2024, authorities found a passenger dead inside a plane engine in Salt Lake City after he breached an emergency exit onto the airfield. While the remaining passengers finally made it to LAX on a new Frontier flight, tonight the affected runway now back in operation, as Transportation Secretary Duffy warns no one should ever trespass on an airport.
I mean, it's just bonkers. I don't know why anybody would actually do that.
And Liz Kreutz joins live from Denver International Airport. Liz, any updates on the injured passengers?
Yeah, Jose, officials say that 4 of the 5 passengers hospitalized have been released. We don't know the condition of that 5th person. Authorities have also not released the identity of that trespasser or said anything at this point about a potential motive. Jose.
We thank you for watching.
People was hurt on the plane?
That's what they said. Probably because of the abrupt stop that had to happen.
You're supposed to have your damn seatbelt on. See,
that is great. Well, people try to get paid. people try to get paid regardless.
I'm telling you. Oh, my neck, my back, my
neck and my back.
But I wonder whoever that was, God bless dead, what he was thinking whenever he was crossing over onto the runway.
He said, "We going broke." I don't know who you is, but you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Any more lives trying to like everyone.
Well, it went live earlier today, Richard. Earlier. So, but yeah, how y'all feel about this?
I'll let Plug go first.
Hey, this is a conspiracy. Conspiracy, I say. First Spirit, now they trying to take Frontier. I'm trying to tell you, they don't want y'all to travel, black folks. I'm trying to tell you. Because what I heard was Spirit, they were trying to buy Spirit out so they can use them planes in the war. I'm just saying. He said no. They didn't bail him out. Just saying.
Well,
He said, "Young Dolph, get paid." Yeah.
Get paid.
I see what Jen was talking about at the end.
Mhm.
They had too much access. Like, I think that's what's wrong with the world today, too. It's like we don't have, I don't know, man. Everything's viral now. Like
there's no
everything.
bail.
There's no, like, you get off the plane and you look to your right and it's a body inside of a plane thing. Like, that would never have happened years ago. They would have kept everybody on that plane until they could have safely secured that. That's a crime scene.
Yeah.
So everybody just trampled over all of the crime scene. Like, you deploying the slide, all that stuff. Like, you're destroying a crime scene.
Mm.
Well, I'm trying to see all angles. Maybe they were just trying to get them off of there because of the engine smoking. So, yeah.
I got you.
So now switching gears, because Hollywood is in court tonight too. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are making headlines, but not for acting. The longtime Hollywood duo are reportedly being sued by Miami area law enforcement officers over how police were portrayed in their Netflix crime thriller, The Rip, a movie inspired by the real South Florida narcotics case involving millions of dollars seized in cash. According to the lawsuit, the officers say the film paints them as corrupt and dishonest, despite the movie using fictionalized elements and not naming them directly. But the officers claim enough details mirror real events that viewers can still identify who they are, damaging their reputations and careers. The lawsuit reportedly includes claims of defamation by implication, and emotional distress. And the officers are seeking damages. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because Hollywood says this all the time, inspired by true events. But what happens when the people behind those true events say, wait a minute, that's not what happened? So that's where it draws the line between storytelling and damaging somebody's real life reputation.
Right. I'm sorry. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play the clip. But Rain, you just beautifully articulated that even the people who want to sue them said that people would recognize the things without knowing the people. So where's the lie? If they wasn't corrupt, how would you know how the corrupt look?
Right.
Oh my God, man. We'll play it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I'm staying out of this. Don't ask me, right?
Yeah. They might know you.
Biggest stars being sued over an old Hollywood custom, changing a real life story.
Two Miami-Dade officers involved in a raid that loosely inspired Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's new movie say the film unfairly damages their reputations. CBS News has asked Damon, Affleck, and the officer's attorney for comment, but we haven't heard back.
Carter Evans has more on the allegations of the lawsuit on the movie that's based in South Florida.
It seems simple. Seize the cash, count it, and turn it in.
Inspired by a true story, Netflix's The Rip, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, follows two Miami-Dade police officers as they discover more than $20 million of cartel cash during a drug raid and reveals corruption within the department.
That's a $20 million rip.
The real-life officers involved in that raid are now suing Damon and Affleck through their production company, alleging the film damaged their reputation through the movie's negative portrayal of law enforcement. Apart from the seizure, they say the other events in the film did not happen.
What would you do with this? Just this.
While the plaintiffs, Jason Smith and Jonathan Santana, are never named in the film, they claim their portrayal in the movie implies, quote, misconduct, poor judgment, and unethical behavior in connection with a real law enforcement operation, including an insinuation they pocketed money from seized funds. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The defense ultimately has the stronger case here, in part because we tend to be very protective of the First Amendment, of people being able to say, I'm using true events, but I'm creating now a new piece of expression. I think this is a very difficult case for the police officers to prove.
Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that plug go, man. This is crazy work.
If you didn't say nothing, we wouldn't know nothing.
Right.
Hey, they said hit dog gonna holler.
That's crazy work, dog. Like you read it. I'm like, she's reading it exactly like if y'all can figure out who it is, it's not a lie.
Right. It's based off true events.
So
and some of the things could be altered in order to. So what are you? Their case is not going to be strong at all.
And who gave y'all story away?
Right.
The
headlines, the papers.
They got to stand out. And if they did, then why you said something?
It's crazy word. That's a great one. All those were good, Rain. All those were good today.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Those are tonight's radar raindrops, from UFO files to unanswered questions to airport tragedy and Hollywood lawsuits. Let me know which story had you talking about it tonight. And as always, leave a comment. If you're catching this on the rewatch, make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff on the Radar with Rain.